For a long time, this was the best chip for the money. And for a little while last year, you could get a 5700 X3D for like $140 if you bought a tray CPU off of AliExpress or something like that. These days, the stock is drying up, so you're more likely to find one around 250 to 300, which changes the value proposition on these, but they're still very good performing chips in Tarkov. Great thing about X3Ds, and this goes for all of the X3Ds in general, you don't need fast RAM. You only need to worry about the capacity. You don't need an expensive motherboard either. You can get a basic one, and it's basically going to perform near its max performance right out of the box. There are some things you can do to tune them and get more out of them, but even right out of the box, they're performing close to their top potential. With the RAM pricing situation right now, I think this is going to be a really attractive option for a lot of AM4 users who maybe aren't ready to make the jump to AM5 yet. You can get a good boost if you're not on an X3D already just by moving up to an X3D. And for those of you who have access to the 5500 X3D, it's an even better proposition. Next up, we have the vanilla 7000 series chips. These are decently priced these days and they're solid performers, but usually the 5000 X3Ds still beat them in Tarkov. And on top of that, these CPUs are sensitive to RAM speed, so you will have to get faster RAM and tune them up a little bit to get the most out of them, which makes their cost to performance ratio worse right now than an X3D of the previous generation. Next up is the 9000 series. I only put them behind the 7000 because they perform essentially the same as the 7000 vanillas. They're just a tiny bit more expensive because they're the newer generation, but in terms of Tarkov performance, they're like almost equal. And the same thing goes for them. They are sensitive to RAM speed, and the cost to performance ratio is affected by that. Moving on to the C tier, I'm going to put the vanilla 5000s here first. These are kind of like, yeah, it works. It's not ideal, but you'll still get decent performance out of it. Even with the 5000 chip, I was able to get 60 FPS on streets recently. I don't know about 1.0, but the wipe right before 1.0, I was getting a comfortable 60 to 70 on streets, even with the 5600X, and running only 16 gigs of RAM. So you can get solid performance out of them. You can find them pretty cheap on the used market. They are sensitive to RAM speed and capacity, but usually you can find these for a pretty decent price, and you can get a pretty cost-effective setup going.